The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into another fascinating topic?
Absolutely. Always excited to explore something new.
Well, today we're heading to the coast. We're talking beaches, history, and a whole lot more. Get ready to plan your ultimate beach getaway because we're going deep on Portsmouth, Rhode Island.
Sounds fantastic. I'm already picturing the ocean views.
Me too.
Yeah.
And we've got some fantastic resources to help us map out this trip. We've got articles on the best beaches, things to do, places to eat, even some historical insights about the area.
It's going to be quite the deep dive then.
It definitely is. All right, let's start with the basics. Paint us a picture. What's the vibe in Portsmouth? What makes it special as a beach destination?
Well, imagine this. You've got this charming New England town with a rich history, and it's right on the coast with beautiful beaches.
Okay, I'm liking where this is going.
It's the kind of place that feels like stepping back in time a bit. You know, cobblestone streets, those classic New England houses.
I love that. So it's not just your typical beach town with high-rises and boardwalks.
No, not at all. It's got its own unique character. You can explore the historical sites, wander through quaint shops, and then, of course, hit the beach.
Okay, beaches. That's what we're here for. What kind of beach options are we talking about in Portsmouth?
Well, so you've actually got a nice variety to choose from, depending on what you're looking for.
Perfect, because I'm definitely looking for options.
Right. So first up, you've got Sandy Point Beach. As the name suggests, lots of soft sand, and the water's pretty calm there.
Sounds perfect for families.
It is. It's a really popular spot for families with kids. Then you've got Second Beach, which is completely different.
Ooh, how so?
Well, Second Beach is a surfer's paradise. It's got those bigger waves, a much more energetic vibe.
Wow, a surfing beach in Rhode Island. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular spot for surfing competitions, too. They host a bunch of them throughout the year.
That's awesome. All right, so we've got family-friendly, we've got surfer vibes. What other options do we have?
And then, if you're looking for something a little more off the beaten path, a little quieter, there's Third Beach.
Third Beach. That's intriguing. What's special about Third Beach?
Well, for starters, it's a bit more secluded. It's got these beautiful rock formations and tide pools.
Tide pools. Now, that's something you don't see at every beach.
Right. It's a great spot to explore. You can kind of wander along the shore, find little hidden coves, and the bird watching is supposed to be fantastic there.
Okay, I'm adding Third Beach to the list. Exploring, bird watching, it sounds really peaceful. So I'm curious, have you ever been to any of these beaches yourself?
I haven't actually had the chance to visit Portsmouth yet, but it's definitely on my list. From all the research I've done, I feel like I'm already picturing myself on those beaches.
Same here. Now, you mentioned something about the vibe at Second Beach. Can you tell me more about that? It's a surfing beach, but what's the overall atmosphere like?
Well, everything I've read suggests it's got this really friendly, welcoming atmosphere. You know, even if you're not a surfer yourself, just being there, watching the surfers, it's supposed to be really exciting.
I can imagine. It's like that energy is contagious.
Exactly. And there are some great surf shops and restaurants right near the beach, so you can really spend the whole day there.
Sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got the beach options covered.
Right.
But I know Portsmouth has more to offer than just the beaches themselves, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's a whole other side to Portsmouth waiting to be explored.
And I know our listeners, they're like sponges. They want to learn about everything.
Well, then they're going to love Portsmouth. So first off, history buffs are going to be in heaven. The entire downtown area is a historical district.
I was reading about that. It dates back to the colonial era, right?
Yes. And so many of the original buildings are still standing. You can walk down the street and feel like you've been transported back in time.
Wow, that's incredible. What are some of the must-see historical spots?
Well, the Portsmouth Historical Society is definitely worth a visit.
I saw that in one of the articles, too, and they have some amazing exhibits, right?
They do. They've got exhibits on everything from the town's maritime past to its role in the American Revolution.
That's fascinating. So you can really get a sense of the town's history.
Absolutely. And beyond the historical sites, they've also got some really unique shops and restaurants. Many of them are actually located in those beautifully preserved colonial buildings.
Okay, so we've covered history, but I also read that Portsmouth has some great options for outdoor enthusiasts.
Oh, definitely. If you love the outdoors, you have to check out Colt State Park.
All right, tell me more about Cold State Park. What makes it so special?
Well, it's right on the water on Narragansett Bay. They've got these incredible walking trails, perfect for hiking or biking, and you get these amazing views of the bay.
So you can get your exercise in while enjoying the scenery.
Exactly. And it's not just about the trails. You can have a picnic there, go fishing, or just find a nice spot to relax and enjoy the views.
That sounds perfect. All right, so we've got the beaches, the history, the outdoor activities. Now, the big question. Where do we stay in Portsmouth? What are the accommodation options?
Well, there's definitely something for everyone in Portsmouth. You've got charming bed and breakfasts if you're looking for that cozy, personalized experience.
I love a good bed and breakfast. Any specific ones you'd recommend?
There's one that keeps popping up in all my research. It's called the Inn at Castle Hill.
Oh, I think I saw pictures of that. It looks stunning.
It is, and it's right on the ocean, so you get those incredible views.
Okay, that's definitely going on the list. What about something a little more modern?
Well, if you prefer more of a hotel setting, there's the Hotel Viking. It's a bit more modern. They've got a spa, a great restaurant, and it's really well rated.
That sounds lovely too. So plenty of choices to suit different tastes and budgets.
Exactly. And of course, there's always the option of vacation rentals if you prefer to have your own space and cook your own meals.
That's a good point. Lots of flexibility there. Before we wrap things up, any essential travel tips, things that even experienced travelers might not think of?
Oh, definitely. A couple of things come to mind. First, if you're planning to travel to Portsmouth from Newport or any of the nearby islands, make sure you check the ferry schedules in advance.
That's a good reminder, especially since ferry schedules can change depending on the season.
Exactly. And speaking of seasons, booking accommodations early is always a good idea, especially if you're traveling during peak season.
Makes sense. Anything else?
This one might seem obvious, but it's worth repeating. Remember, you're on the coast, so be prepared for the weather to change quickly. Pack layers and a light jacket, even if you're traveling in the summer.
Great advice. Always be prepared. Okay, so imagine this. You're stepping off the ferry in Portsmouth, the fresh sea air hits you, the sun's shining. You spend your days exploring the tide pools at Third Beach, wandering through those historical streets, and maybe even catching a breathtaking sunset over the bay.
I can practically feel the sand between my toes already.
Right. As you plan your own Portsmouth adventure, think about what you're most excited to experience. Is it the history that calls to you? The thrill of discovering hidden treasures on the beach? Or maybe just the simple pleasure of enjoying some incredible seafood by the water? Whatever it is, embrace it. Portsmouth is ready to welcome you.
And who knows, you might even find your new favorite beach along the way.
Happy travels, everyone.
Enjoy!
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.